Jack Leonard Warner, the scandalous titan of Hollywood. Jack Leonard Warner, one of the co-founders of Warner Brothers, was a formidable force in the golden age of Hollywood. His tenure in the film industry was marked by numerous controversies and incredible tales that continue to intrigue and shock. Here are 11 of the most scandalous and interesting facts about Jack Warner. Fact number 1. The early years and founding of Warner Brothers. Jack Warner, born on August 2, 1892, in London, Ontario, was the son of Jewish immigrants Benjamin and Pearl Warner, who had emigrated from Poland. The family relocated to Youngstown, Ohio, a thriving industrial town, seeking better opportunities. Alongside his brothers Harry, Albert, and Sam, Jack Warner entered the entertainment business by initially showcasing films in local theaters and eventually acquiring a projector to screen films in nearby towns. The official founding of Warner Brothers on April 4, 1923, marked a new chapter in entertainment, with the brothers pooling together $800 to launch their studio in Los Angeles, California. The pivotal breakthrough for Warner Brothers came with the release of The Jazz Singer on October 6, 1927. This film, starring Al Jolson, was the first feature-length movie with synchronized sound and dialogue sequences, revolutionizing the film industry and catapulting Warner Brothers into the forefront of Hollywood studios. Number 2. The personal life of Jack Warner. Jack Warner's first marriage to Irma Claire Salomon on July 4, 1914, ended after 21 years, marred by Jack's burgeoning career and personal indiscretions. His second marriage to Anne Page on January 12, 1936, provided some stability in his personal life. His children, Louis Warner, Jack M. Warner Jr., and Barbara Warner, were part of his complex family dynamics overshadowed by Jack's alleged infidelities. His rumored affair with actress Ann Sheridan in the late 1930s and early 1940s was particularly scandalous, given her status as one of Warner Brothers' leading ladies. The gossip surrounding these affairs highlighted the blurred lines between his personal escapades and the public persona he maintained. Number 3. The betrayal of his brother. The most dramatic episode in Jack Warner's life unfolded over the course of 1956. Initially, the Warner brothers, including Jack, agreed to sell their stock in Warner Brothers to Boston financier Serge Semenenko as part of a deal orchestrated in early March 1956. However, Jack Warner had other plans. He clandestinely negotiated to buy back a controlling interest in the studio. By the fall of 1956, he successfully regained control, sidelining his brothers, especially Harry, who felt deeply betrayed. Harry Warner, who had co-founded the company and served as its president, was devastated by Jack's actions. According to family accounts and close associates, Harry never forgave Jack, and the brothers' relationship never recovered, adding a poignant chapter of betrayal to the Warner Brothers' legacy. Number 4. The exploitation of Bette Davis. Bette Davis, a cinematic icon, was under contract with Warner Brothers from 1932 until her dramatic departure in 1949. Davis's career under Jack Warner's management was marked by a series of confrontations over the types of roles she was assigned. Despite her status as one of Hollywood's most formidable talents, Davis often found herself in roles that did not match her abilities, leading to frequent disputes with Warner. Her frustration culminated in a lawsuit in the mid-1930s when she sought to break her contract over these grievances, though she ultimately returned under improved terms. Davis famously described Jack Warner using vivid language, notably calling him a hyena and criticizing him as a master manipulator in her interviews. This tumultuous relationship highlighted the broader issue of studio control over actors during Hollywood's golden age, with Davis becoming a symbol of resistance against the restrictive studio system. Number 5. Accusations of anti-Semitism. Despite his Jewish heritage, Jack Warner was paradoxically accused of harboring anti-Semitic sentiments. These accusations centered around his interactions with other Jewish actors and employees, whom he allegedly treated with disdain and subjected to stereotypical judgments. Warner's behavior included making derogatory remarks that perpetuated Jewish stereotypes, a startling contradiction given his prominent status in the Jewish community of Hollywood. This hypocrisy was particularly glaring in the 1930s and 1940s, a time when Hollywood was facing its own reckonings with racial and religious prejudices. Warner's actions and attitudes led to considerable backlash, tarnishing his reputation among many contemporaries and contributing to a complex and often contradictory public image. Number 6. The mystery of the Warner Brothers fire. On the night of February 27, 1953, a devastating fire erupted at the Warner Brothers studio in Burbank, California. The blaze resulted in the destruction of numerous valuable sets and historical archives, including original film negatives and props. The damage was significant, and the cause of the fire quickly became the subject of intense speculation and rumor. One of the more sensational theories suggested that Jack Warner had orchestrated the fire as a means to secure insurance payouts during a financially tumultuous period for the studio. Although these allegations of arson were never substantiated with concrete evidence, the mystery surrounding the incident has lingered, adding an element of intrigue and suspicion to Warner's already controversial career. Number 7. The scandal of the casting couch. Jack Warner's tenure at Warner Brothers was marred by allegations related to the casting couch practice, where he reportedly demanded sexual favors from aspiring actresses in exchange for promising them film roles. This exploitative practice was part of a broader systemic issue in Hollywood but was notably prominent in stories surrounding Warner during the 1930s and 1940s. Actresses like Joan Crawford and Bette Davis, though not directly implicating themselves, spoke out in later years about the widespread nature of this exploitation. Warner's involvement in these scandals contributed significantly to his notorious reputation, reflecting a dark side of Hollywood's golden era. Number 8. Blacklist advocate. Jack Warner's active participation in the Hollywood blacklist epitomized his complex relationship with political movements of the time. During his testimony before the House Un-American Activities Committee, WAC, on October 18, 1947, Warner named several individuals he suspected of communist affiliations, effectively ending their careers. This testimony underlines Warner's readiness to protect his studio's interests at the expense of individual liberties, a stance that drew both support and severe criticism, particularly from those within the creative community who were directly affected. Number 9. Feud with oldest son. Jack Warner's estrangement from his eldest son, Jack Warner Jr., was both public and bitter. The tension escalated when Jack Jr. tried to establish his own career in the film industry during the 1950s. Jack Sr., known for his controlling nature, did not support his son's ambitions, leading to a rift that became fodder for the media. Their relationship never fully recovered, and this familial discord became a notable aspect of Warner's personal life, often overshadowing their professional achievements. Number 10. The treatment of union workers. During the 1930s and 1940s, particularly at the height of the labor movement in Hollywood, Jack Warner became known for his harsh anti-union stance. He was particularly opposed to the Screen Actors Guild, SAG, and the Writers Guild of America, WGA, employing tactics such as hiring security forces to break up strikes and intimidating union members. This adversarial approach made him a contentious figure among industry workers, contributing to his image as an archetypal tough studio mogul who prioritized studio profits over fair labor practices. Number 11. The fall of the Hollywood mogul. The decline of the traditional studio system and the rise of television during the 1960s marked a significant shift in the entertainment industry, one that Jack Warner struggled to navigate. In 1967, recognizing the changing dynamics, he sold his remaining shares in Warner Brothers to Seven Arts Productions, a move that symbolized the end of an era. Warner's inability to adapt to the new Hollywood landscape was indicative of the challenges faced by many of the old guard moguls of his time. His retirement marked a poignant moment in the industry, signaling a transition from the old power structures to new forms of media and production.